How much does a 10-day trip to China really cost? Is it possible to travel China on a noodle cup budget? Or do you really need a Michelin star wallet? In this video, I'm gonna break down the real daily travel cost in China. Hotels, meals, tours, transportations, even your daily cup of coffee, and souvenir spending across different types of cities. So you will know exactly how much you have to save for your next China adventure. And stick around till the end, because I've got a few practical tips that can help to stretch your yuan without missing out on fun. Alright, explorers, time to projecting. China isn't a one-size-fits-all destination. A metropolis like Shanghai can cost double of what you spend in a scenic countryside of Guilin. So, to make things simple, I have grouped the most popular destinations into three categories. Mega cities, such as Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen. These cities are international, fast-paced, and yes, pricey. Cities popular among tourists, such as Chengdu, Xi'an, and Hangzhou. These cities are modern, vibrant, but friendlier on your wallet. Smaller tourist places and countryside, such as Guilin, Zhangjiajie, and Lijiang. These places are scenic, laid back, and much easier on your budget. And now let's start with your biggest spending, where you sleep. In mega cities, mid-range hotels like Hilton or Holiday Inn average around 900 to 1200. Step down to other cities, and you will find similar hotels for around 600 to 900. Head into smaller towns, the countryside, and you can stay somewhere beautiful, maybe a boutique inn overlooking the mountains, for 350 to 600 yuan. Budget travelers, you can crash in hostels for around 150 yuan, or splurge on a 5-star hotels and resorts for more than 2,000 yuan. Remember, basically the same hotel chain can cost triple depending on which skyline you are sleeping under. Shanghai skyline views definitely don't come for free. Food is something that you should never miss out on a China trip. Chinese food is amazing and it fits every budget imagination. In mega cities, restaurants' meals range from 60 to 150 yuan. In other cities, you will spend around 40 to 100 yuan. And in smaller towns, you can have a full meal for about 25 to 60 yuan. Eat like locals, dumplings, noodles, and hot pots, and your wallet will thank you. Skip hotel restaurants unless you are chasing loyalty points or craving for a breakfast buffet. And trust me, China's street food isn't just cheap. It is often the best meal of your day. Now, let's talk about getting around. Surprisingly, this is one of the cheapest parts of traveling in China. Public transportation, such as metro rides, costs about 3 to 7 yuan in big cities, and just 2 to 3 yuan in smaller ones. 10 kilometers taxi ride will be around 35 to 55 yuan in Beijing or Shanghai, and closer to 25 to 35 in Chengdu or Xi'an. If you are traveling between cities, China's high-speed trains are world-class, fast, and affordable. A typical journey costs about 100 to 300 yuan depending on distance. Honestly, China's trains are so efficient that your wallet won't even feel it's moving. Activity is where your spending can sneak up if you're not careful. In mega cities, activities like the Great Wall, Forbidden City, or a Bund River cruise range from 100 to 400 yuan. In other cities, things like Chengdu's Panda Base or the Terracotta Warrior are around 200 to 300 yuan. In countrysides, places like Scenic Park can cost roughly 150 to 250 yuan. As you can see, the price don't vary too much here. But to save you some budget on your attractions and tours, here's a tip. Book online through trip.com or Klook. They often have 10 to 20% discounts covering transportations, and they are full English interface. And I'll upload a tutorial soon on how to use these apps, so stay tuned. When you do your budget planning, even a smaller endorsement can add up. Coffee, milk tea, desserts, snacks. A Starbucks coffee costs about 35 to 40 yuan in big cities, and you can find other branded coffee for 25 to 30 yuan. Bubble tea usually goes for 20 to 25 yuan depending on the brand. And that Firo Cafe desserts or fancy ice cream can set you back 70 yuan to 140 yuan. A little treat every day won't break the bank, It is part of the experience. But keep an eye on how often you just grab a drink. It adds up faster than you think. Souvenirs are another silent budget killer. Even though China is still the factory of the world, good quality keepsakes can get pricey very fast. Keychains or magnets are typically around 10 to 20 yuan. Silk scarves, tea, or local arts, it's about 100 to 300 yuan. Fancy ceramics or clothing can be over 400 yuan. Local markets usually let you bargain down 20 to 30%. Compared to a touristy spots, just remember your suitcase has feelings too. So don't overpack it with tea bricks and panda splashes. So roughly, here's what you are looking at per day. Backpackers will be looking at 500 to 700 yuan. Comfort travelers, 900 and 1100. Luxury seekers will be looking at 1800 and above. And when you do your budget planning, always add about 10% extra for spontaneous adventures, like a night market snack fun, an extra beer, or the silk rope that you convince yourself you will have to buy. Before you start booking, here are 5 smart ways that will help you to stretch your yuan in China. First, avoid major holidays. Prices double, crowds triple. Skip Chinese New Year, which normally falls in January or February, and Golden Week, first week of October. Second, use Chinese payment apps smartly. Download and use Alipay or WeChat Pay. Link them to your foreign cards. I will personally link with Revolut or Wise. This way you will avoid currency exchange fees and ATM surcharges. Third, hunt for deal coupons. Apps like Trip.com, Klook, and Meituan always have promo codes. 10% here, 20% there. It adds up quickly. Fourth, book early and travel smarter. Flights, hotels, and trains are cheaper when booked in advance. And keep an eye on Chinese e-commerce sales dates such as 18th of June, Double 11, and Double 12. Even travel platforms offer huge discounts. Last but not least, do as locals do. Eat where locals queue, take public transportations, and join walking tours. You will save money and have an authentic experience this way. Oh, here's a quick reality check. If a restaurant is full of foreigners, it is probably not local, and your wallet is about to find out. So here's your full cost breakdown for traveling to China and plenty of ways to stretch your yuan without cutting back on fun. To make planning easier, grab my free China inspirational guide, link in the description box down below. It includes where to visit, seasonal itineraries, and local tips for first-time visitors. And when you are ready to book, check out my free pre-trip guide so you don't miss essentials like visas, SIMs, or payment setup. My name is Lee, and this is Project CN. Project out for today. I'll see you in the next one.